Your 20s are probably the most important years of your life. And in this video, I want to talk to you about the 10 hard truths that I've learned over the past 7 years in an attempt to save you years of pain, confusion, and just unnecessary suffering. So, the first point is your 20s are the most important years of your life. And it seems like nobody really prepares us for these years. Nobody tells us what you're kind of facing in your 20s, what you're exactly meant to do step by step, especially because we're such a unique generation. Again, we have AI now, we have the internet. Our parents grew up in a period where they didn't have internet. So the life is very different now. And we can't really expect them to know everything that we're supposed to go through in our 20s. But again, nobody really teaches you what your 20s are for and what you're supposed to do in your 20s and what you're going to face in your 20s. It seems like you're expected to figure everything out. Life is more fast paced than ever. Relationships are so fickle and shallow. Again, the AI is taking over. Economy is not so great. Social media disrupts your brain, and distractions are literally everywhere. If you grab your phone, there are distractions. On your laptop, you want to do work, distractions. You go out on a walk, distractions, ads all over the place. It's it's crazy. They just try to steal your time and not make you grow in your 20s, which are probably the most important years of your life again. So, gaming, watching sports, time wasting friends, alcohol, hookup culture, all of these things just prevent you from gaining your true potential, right? And there's this thing where when you're in your 20s, there's this fake promise that, oh, when I hit 30, I'm going to have everything in order. I'm going to fix my life, get it all together. It's sort of like a fake promise of redemption, because how are you going to figure everything out in your 30s when you're not doing anything in your 20s? So I'm not trying to like shame here or like be a bit like harsh or a bit discouraging. There are a lot of things you can do. This is the point of the video. So we wake up and we start doing what we're meant to do. So if you don't do the necessary things in your 20s, in your 30s, you can't expect to be a person who has it together. And again, your values and your habits that form your entire life are built in your 20s and arguably even before that. But in your 20s, you begin to really cement your values. So you won't necessarily suddenly become him in your 30s or 40s for that matter. Point number two is nobody knows what they're doing. That's what I noticed recently. Like, if you look around, you see people, you think that they know what they're doing, but not exactly so. And I don't mean this in a cynical way, but I mean this in a way to give you more confidence and courage, like in yourself. Because when you think that everyone knows what they're doing and everyone's super successful and everyone knows exactly how the world is run and how everything should be done and all of that, you begin to lose confidence in yourself. And once you lose confidence in yourself, you take less action and you begin to doubt yourself. So I realize that nobody really knows what they're doing, young or old. It seems like just a very few amount of people that actually know what they're doing. And you want to listen to those people and want to learn from those people. And they're just a very, very small percentage of the population. And also be skeptical. So when you listen to people, they give you advice, because a lot of people will shove things down your throat and tell you how to live. And some people can argue that I'm doing that right now, but I'm leaving this entirely to you, and you assess how you want to take this advice. And actually, I just said that be skeptical, right? So even be skeptical of this, what I'm saying right now. But this is again just my perspective, guys. So take it how you will. Um, and linking it to the previous point again, and because we're such a unique generation, nobody really knows how to do things, right? Even people older than us, they don't even know how to give us advice because life is just so different now. So again, we're just so unique. We have to figure things out on our own, kind of. Again, if you go on social media, you're just gonna see the highlights of people which make it seem like they know what they're doing, but not exactly. So behind the scenes, all things go wrong. So have more faith in yourself, more confidence, and if you think something could be right, it could be right, even if it's against what people are doing. Point number three is nobody's coming to save you. Okay, in your 20s, after you sort of graduate high school and you might leave your like high school best friends and go somewhere else, a new city, a new country, and you're on your own. You might feel a lot of different emotions, a lot of different experiences. You might go through a lot of hardships. And what if you hit rock bottom, you might get the experience or the sort of the feeling of like, oh, somebody's gonna have to come into my life and fix me and save me, I guess. And only when that happens, I'll get it together. But that doesn't really happen because nobody's really coming to save you. And this is not a depressing thing. Actually, it's actually very positive because once you stop looking for a savior to pull you out of the rut, you're gonna face the pain head on. And when that happens, great things happen. Okay, because chances are, if a savior does come along, the relationship will not be healthy if it happens, and it will actually keep you stuck in the rut further. So, I guess pave the way out yourself. Find out why you're feeling this way, because pain is not your enemy. Pain can be your friend. And when you feel pain and you feel like I need someone to save me, it's actually a lesson for you to sit down and actually be your own savior in a way. I mean, there's always God, obviously, so Allah will help you. But in sort of like a worldly sense, be your own savior and understand, why am I feeling this way? And then listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to the pain because it's trying to tell you something. For example, for me, it told me that you're not living according to your values and your ambitions and your potential. For you, it could be something else. So definitely listen to it and don't numb it with friendships, relationships, all of that. Because if you numb the pain, you're not going to learn anything. Very similar to sort of physical pain. If you numb the pain, physical pain with painkillers, I don't know, you go to the gym, you try to bench, and you have like shoulder pain, you take ibuprofen before the gym, you keep taking it, and you keep benching, and at some point I don't know, your shoulder like cracks or something, because you're just numbing the pain, you're not listening to the important signals that your body is giving. All right, point number 4 is free time is not for pleasure alone. And this is a hard one because I spent my almost entire teens basically just playing games, honestly, playing a lot of League of Legends, visual novels, CSGO, a lot of video games. And I don't entirely regret it because it was fun. I made a lot of memories, played a lot of Minecraft, a lot of Call of Duty. It was really fun, but again, I really, really regret it because from 18 to 25, that's almost 7 years, you can do so much in your free time. You can have fun and build something on the side. You can pick up a side hustle, a hobby. You can learn a new skill, a new language. You can, again, start your own YouTube channel. So that's what I'm doing at 26 because I've always wanted to do this. So, what's stopping me? There's nothing stopping me. So I'm just going to do it now. You can go to the gym. You can learn about, I don't know, finances, anything that interests you. You can pick up some books. You can start reading. You can maybe write something, write a book. Whatever, from 18 to 25, you have so much time. You're most likely not going to be married. You're not going to be in a stable relationship. You're not going to be providing for a family. You're not going to have a kid, most likely, right? So there's a lot of you time, and this is not a bad thing. I used to feel like this is a bad thing because one of my most important values is building a family. And I felt like I was not living that. And that really hurt me. That made me feel like I wasn't living according to my values and potential and all of that. But then I realized, this free time is you time. And then if you use that you time properly and wisely, that will pay off in the future with your family and all of that. Because, we're not so special because we like to think that we're special. And I might be projecting here, I don't know, but we might think that we're special without even doing anything. So use this time wisely to build you. So again, don't waste your time when you have lots of it. From 18 to 25, you have a lot of time, right? Don't waste it. And consistency goes a long way. Even if you do something as simple as 30 minutes a day of reading or 30 minutes a day of building your YouTube channel or going to the gym, right? That will build over time. That will build massively over time. 7 years. 7 years. If you read one page over 7 years, that's 365 times 7, right? I don't even know how much that is. I'm not going to do it. It's like over 2,000 basically pages. I don't know how many books that is, right? Let's say 4, whatever. So you can do a lot basically. All right. Point number 5 If you do what everyone else is doing, you'll end up like everyone else. And this was a sort of a, it sounds simple, but it didn't really clock for me until very recently because I was basically doing the same thing. I graduated med school. I'm doing a master's degree at the moment. I'm basically doing whatever else everyone else is doing, and I'm not doing anything special. And for some reason, I had this expectation that, oh, I'm gonna have something unique, something special in the future, like a business, whatever, something to be proud of, something like different than people. But I'm basically doing exactly what everyone else is doing. I'm going to the gym, I'm eating, I'm sleeping, I'm going to the university. Nothing special, right? So if you don't do anything special, you're gonna end up exactly like the not so special people. So I guess to be unique is to have to do unique things slash like unconventional things. So if you find yourself like doing exactly what everyone else is doing, chances are you're not doing something unique. I mean, you don't really have to be a special, unique person, but if you have ambitions, and this will resonate with the people that I'm targeting, if you're an ambitious person, you can't do what everyone else is doing. You have to pave your own way, and it's actually fun. It's quite creative. So I would urge you to like reevaluate your life, see what you're doing. If you find yourself doing very mediocre things or just doing exactly whatever else is doing, reevaluate that, see where you can improve, where you can add your unique touch to your life. Point number 6, your 20s might be the loneliest years of your life, genuinely. Not because there's something so special about your 20s, but you'll go through a lot of different transitions. You might lose friends, might go through breakups, you might possibly move cities or even countries. You're gonna mature quite quickly. I mean, for most people, and between 18 to 25, that's a huge gap, basically. You're gonna find yourself maturing quite a lot. Your values might change. You might find yourself just becoming a different person, and you're going to outgrow a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of hobbies, values, whatever, and there's going to be a lot of disconnection. You're going to find yourself like you're suddenly becoming a different person. I mean, that's the healthy way about it, I guess. Like healthy sort of development. Some people might not change at all, actually, and I don't think this is a good sign necessarily. You'll find that fitting in might not be so easy, again, because your values are more cemented. Finances will pressure you. Most people will begin working a 9 to 5, and this has a lot of other issues, again, associated with that. So you'll find that your 20s, and this is obviously a very known phenomenon, like the sort of male loneliness 20s, in your 20s, sort of 30s. Because it's a very difficult period, and a lot of people like to sort of paint it as your 20s are the best years of your life. You're going to be so happy. You're going to be partying it up, whatever. You're going to be having so much fun, not to care about anything in the world. You're going to somehow have money, have everything, have friends, I don't know. You work your 9 to 5 or go to university and everything will be sorted somehow. Like it's fantasy for some reason. But your 20s realistically will be very challenging in a good way, obviously. Challenging is not bad, by the way. Challenging is good because you don't want that fantasy. That's just lying to yourself and not, again, if you want to be like everyone else, do what everyone else is doing. So they can be very, very, very isolating and very lonely, especially if you're someone who's mature, someone who's growing at a really fast pace. You will outgrow a lot of people. And this is just pure facts, genuinely. And I speak from experience. You'll outgrow a lot of people. You find yourself not even relating to people anymore your age, and you might find them that just they're talking about things that are not so important to you, not so relevant to the world that we're living in, just pure distractions. Oh, have you seen the last TV show, whatever? Have you gone to that concert, whatever? I went partying last night. It was like, I don't care, man. Like, genuinely, I have goals, I have things I want to work on. So, but enough about me. But the point is, you're going to find yourself not really connecting with a lot of people because in your 20s people go through a lot of different stuff. Some people might go through breakups, as I said. Their parents might die. They might make a lot of money, or they might lose a lot of money, so their financial status might be a bit fluctuant. Education will be different. Some people go to college, some people won't. Some people will be, I don't know, will become overweight. Some people will be jacked at the gym. Some people will be very educated. Some people will not be. Some people will be, I don't know, ambitious. Some people will be lazy. You'll find yourself again drifting away from a lot of people and finding it hard to connect with a lot of people, especially in the world that we're living in right now. It's very fast paced. Again, relationships are shallow, so weak. There's this hookup culture. Like people are not serious in the dating world. Even though I'm Muslim, like I don't date. I don't even condone it. But in that sort of Western society, you'll find that people are not even serious in their early 20s. They just want to play around, things like that. There's a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, yeah, a lot of addictions. So the 20s are just so volatile. These years are so wild, basically. So yeah, we've been sold a lie, to be honest. I think nobody prepared me for the 20s, genuinely, especially the early 20s. But essentially, loneliness will give you a space to sit with your thoughts, and when you come out from that rut, you will come out even stronger with goals aligned with your values. So you need to transform the loneliness into a superpower. You need to understand that usually the people that feel lonely are people who are honest, people who are true to themselves, who have values, who have ambitions. They can be sort of like on a higher sort of like, I don't know, intelligence level or something. They might, and they just, it can be good and it can be bad. When it's good, that person will have very good qualities, if that makes sense. That somehow makes them not able to connect with other people. But it can be, the bad as well, like just being lonely because there are genuinely things that you need to work on, like basic communication skills and things like that. But I think for the ambitious person, for the person who doesn't really have anything wrong with them, I think that loneliness is actually a sign that you're outgrowing your environment, and it's a good sign. Okay, point number 7: some friends are seasonal. Okay, now for me personally, I had best friends when I was that age, so like 18 to 22, I think. Even before that, like even from like some were very, very close, of like 20 plus years and stuff like that. But I lost the majority of them. And it's okay, because once you realize that some friendships are temporary, they were there, we had fun, we played Minecraft, we played League of Legends, a lot of like Discord, streaming, all of that. We hung out, we went to the gym, we traveled together. But, things happen. And then you realize that, oh, so that friendship was just that for that period of time. And now this is a new chapter. It's going to be new friends, new other people. Like, this is going to be a whole another world. Okay. So from 18 to 25, I've lost a lot of people, genuinely. I used to hang out with so many people. I had like really, really solid, close best friends. And then I had other acquaintances and like friends and people not so close. I lost like literally like 90% of them, genuinely. Uh, like right now, I have, from that group, I have only like two, actually three, but two are like very close to me. And then I made two other new friends. So, and those new friends actually helped me and uplifted me, especially in the gym environment, because they're really like serious gym goers, and they were actually better than me. So I'm a power lifter, by the way, and I really enjoy it. So they helped me become better, and that competition was really nice. But previously, when I was with my other friends, like in the past, they were kind of like dragging me down a little bit, to be honest. And I don't like saying this, but that's when you sometimes outgrow people. That's what I'm talking about. And I don't mean this in a way like I'm better than them. No, like they were really good people and I still love them. But the point is, sometimes the energies don't match and you can outgrow people. So when I used to go to the gym with my previous friends, like I didn't feel very uplifted, but now it's different. So the point is, some friends are seasonal, right? High school best friends, college best friends, whatever. But then when you grow up, friends might completely change and you might lose a lot of people, which is fine. Like I don't know how the saying goes, but don't be sad that it's gone or something. Be happy that it happened, something like that. But it's very true. So some friends are not there for life, even if you thought they were, and that applies to relationships as well. So be okay with that and accept it and move on. Point number 8: not everyone deserves your time. Okay, so basically learn how to say no, because you might feel like you want to please people, you want to get along, especially if you feel lonely, you might want to fit in, say yes to a lot of people, even if they invite you things that you don't really want to go to, some things that you find silly, stupid. You know, I don't know, they ask you to go with them to certain places, certain activities that you find are like pointless, and you might want to spend your time differently. You might want to stay home, sleep early, I don't know, work on your project, write a book, whatever, watch a movie, and then just sleep early, have a chill one. But then they tell you to, like, I don't know, go out with them at like, and then you come back home at like 2 a.m. or something and you regret it. You don't need to put up with that. Because you're going to learn that your free time is very valuable and you need it for your personal, like, relaxation, and even, as we said, free time for your growth as well. So learn how to say no early on. Don't let people waste your time. Point number 9, being alone is better than bad company, genuinely, because bad company isn't neutral company, right? Good company will uplift you. Bad company will drag you down. So it's not neutral. It's not like you can sort of dissociate from the people that you surround yourself with, because as they say, you are who you surround yourself with. If you're staying with people who are bad, you're gonna become bad. I used to think that I was like not gonna get affected, I was not gonna get influenced. You will get influenced, trust me. You just can't escape it. So the point of this point is, I'd rather be alone and actually listen to my thoughts and live according to my values and understand myself better, and then come to these conclusions that I'm telling you right now and actually making such a video, rather than spending time with people I don't actually respect or like, and they might not even like me, but we're just like trying to fill in the loneliness with just distraction, basically. So, no, being alone is better sometimes. And the last point is, the only one who will truly stay with you all the time is Allah, period, right? Because I'm living away from my family. Sometimes you're just on your own, genuinely. Like, I've been living away from my family for these past basically 7 years. And you'll find that obviously people will help you, family, friends, and stuff like that. But sometimes you will find yourself literally on your own. There's no one except God. Okay? So strengthen that relationship. It is the most important relationship of your life. And Allah will always be with you, always, at all times. And He's the only one who can actually change things in your life. So don't forget that relationship is the most important thing. And yeah, so just to summarize, these are the 10 points that I learned from 18 to 25. Genuinely, I had to go through the trenches to understand these lessons, but thank God I did learn them at the end. And I'm still 26, so I have a lot of time. But if you're younger than me, if you're 18, if you're even younger than 18, I urge you to take these advice to heart and to actually listen to them. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you have any other advice, that you've learned in your 20s or even in your 30s, whatever, just share your ideas. Let me know, because some lessons you do have to learn on your own, genuinely. Like, no matter how much people will try to explain things to you, and it's just very difficult to explain these things unless someone's gone through them. But yeah, just one last thing I want to say is, invest in yourself in your 20s, genuinely. Don't waste your 20s hanging out with people you don't like, buying things you don't need, um, living life on autopilot, just playing games, in your free time you just doom scroll, living the doomer lifestyle. You don't need that, genuinely. Like, it is okay to have fun and to like let loose sometimes, go out, whatever. But be good to yourself, You have skills. You're a smart person, You can do a lot. You can live according to your potential, and you can live according to your values, which will make you happy. Not only potential, because potential can be a slippery slope, because I'll not get into that. But the point is, please, please, please invest in yourself. And in your 20s, you'll face a lot of emotional difficulties, a lot of social isolation, a lot of feelings that nobody understands you, because you're going to be growing and people will be growing, but it's going to be different, different rates, different ways. So your 20s are not for comfort. Your 20s are for work and for growth, which don't mean necessarily like pain in a bad way, if that makes sense, but it's there for growth. So relax, but also put in the work, improve yourself, work on yourself, don't waste your time. And yeah, so that's me. If you have any questions, please let me know. And also let me know what you think of the video. If you have any feedback, anything, please let me know again, because I'm trying to improve my videos and trying to make them more structured and hopefully a bit shorter as well. And maybe once a week I'll upload one of those very long videos, because I love discussing topics in detail. Because I don't like the short version of videos, like these short YouTube shorts, because I think they're just cheap dopamine, genuinely, and you learn nothing. Because I actually want to deliver a message to the world. I don't want to just get views or money or whatever. Yeah, that's beneath me, genuinely. And yeah, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, I'll catch you later.